We have an awesome guest who's an incredible athlete and an incredible fan of motorsports. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Offensive tackle for the Buffalo Bills. Dion Dawkins is in the house. How are you, buddy? Great to see you. Welcome, 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 my friend.
What's up, Henchy?
Not much, buddy. How you doing?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Very well. Yourself?
Good, man.
Just loving Indy right now?
Loving it, man. We just got here not too long ago, and we're here.
Here to do it.
We are here, man.
So this is your second 500, right?
Second one.
But you've been to a couple other races.
Yep. I've been to the one in Toronto.
Nice, nice. Toronto, shout out.
Because obviously the Bills, close to Toronto.
Yeah, yeah.
My dog, Dan, invited me up, and that's how I kind of,
Dan Whale.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Dan Whale, and that's kind of how I popped it off.
Very good. So what was your first kind of introduction to the sport? Because I love seeing athletes come and I love going to other sports, talking to other athletes about what they do. I love it when athletes come and check out what we do. So what was kind of your interest in checking out in the first place?
You know, I like to really get to understand the under the hood,
the nitty gritty
type of stuff. Like, are these guys really athletes? Are they just drivers? What do they have to go through to be a top competitor and to be as good as what the world is making it, right? So when I went up there and I seen these guys and they started telling me about like their nutrition and their weight and their size and all of these things, and I was like, well, that's the same as us. You know, I'm an offensive tackle. Like, my weight ranges in between 335 and 355 and 360. So I go up and down, and then I know Dan was telling me that the guys. That's that feeling.
Awesome,
that's that feeling, like right there, that the racers get, the football players get, we all get.
Buddy.
But it was understanding how much weight loss they lose during a race.
Yeah.
And I know how that feels for the body with performing. We have to play in so many different states. Like in the beginning of the season, we usually play in Miami, and like we play in Buffalo, but when we play in Miami, it's two drastically different climates. So when we're there,
you're saying Buffalo's not very tropical?
Buffalo is very tropical. We have our fake palm trees that we draw and the coach draws, and we have like the inflatable ones.
The turf
really
always looks green, but the rest of the grass is dead.
It's really warm when you jump on one of those tables that's on fire.
You're actually right. True. And when they shoot you with ketchup and mustard, it's lit. But yeah, man, it was really just understanding that you guys, and I'm talking about you guys because you are and were a driver, that we're all alike. We all have to put our bodies through maximum competition and maximum push to be able to perform for these beautiful people.
It's funny. Go ahead, sorry. No, you
we talk about like the headspace that drivers have to have going into the 500, but I mean, you got back-to-back Pro Bowl appearances. Like, what's the headspace you got to get into on that kind of thing?
Man, you have to be dialed in. Like, you really do. Like, you can't cheat yourself. You can't cheat the game. I don't cheat on the game. The game has.
So you don't play for the Patriots?
No Patriots for me. No. You climbing up for that one, right? I was
deep
like
cut
pretty
here
good,
in Indy.
man.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That was kind of uppercut too.
You could do it if you went in Indianapolis.
For sure.
We like the Colts and whoever's playing the Patriots.
That's fine with me, man. So we're both on the same side. Yeah, man. Go ahead.
So, you, as drivers, we often have to fight that battle of people being like, oh, well, you're not an athlete. You're not a football player. You're not a basketball player. You're not soccer. I mean, they go any other sport. Like, you're just sitting there driving a car.
Yeah, no.
What was for you the first thing that you looked at or you saw or you talked to a driver and said, like, oh, man, like that's hard. Like, these guys are training hard. These guys are athletes.
Man, it was truly them being able to compete in the weather that they're competing in, right? Like, I know tomorrow it's supposed to rain, but there's some races where it's 100 and something degrees, and then when you're on the track, it's hotter because the rubber and you're so close, like your butt is literally scraping that ground, and it is an exhausting type of performance. So being able to perform in different climates is the biggest thing, because you could train your body for so many different things, and then when the weather plays its own natural part of the sport, it changes everything, because it's something that you really can't prepare for in game-like mode, because it changes in just a split second. Like, you could, drink one thing and it might throw you off, or you could drink a Gatorade and the Gatorade might take you there while the water or the Pedialyte might separate it or, keep you more relaxed. So it's a bunch of different little tools that I think you guys go through just as well as us. And it's a huge factor of performance because you have to put your body through such great push to be able to perform at such a great level, and with the anxiety and with the emotions of your family and the fans and just trying to do what's right for your people, and that plays a big part in everything. And when you guys are putting that foot to that pedal, it's a different feeling.
It's interesting because one of the things that we always kind of compare, like, I love talking to other athletes, right? And one of the things that I love talking about is how on a team, on the Bills, you guys have an entire staff of doctors, trainers, mental coaches, physios, anything you guys need, it's at your disposal, right? And like in your sport, particularly if you talk about the hydration side, like you want to drink something pregame, you want to drink something in between plays, whatever, we as drivers we have to do all of it. We don't get provided from the team anything. You don't get a physio, you don't get a mental coach, you don't get a nutritionist. You got to go provide all that stuff for yourself.
Right.
And then you think about from the hydration side, like the race starts, that's it. You've got 1 liter for the whole race. You don't know if the temperature changes 10 degrees, 15. You don't know. You kind of have to try to be a magician and predict what is going to happen. So imagine like going to a football game, you're like, this is it. You get that bottle for the entire day. Deal with it.
Yeah, that is insane. I don't know if I could do it. I really don't know if I could do it, man.
I feel like you'd be all right.
You're an offensive lineman with 2 touchdoon catches in the NFL. I think you could do it.
Right.
I think you could do it.
That's pretty impressive, man. That's pretty impressive.
Man, I because I'm thinking about that and how you just put it, man. Because I know, like, we go through our series, right? Like, you'll see games where sometimes the offense might go on the field and we might score in 2 plays. And sometimes we might go on the football field and we'll score in 15 plays, sometimes 16. Those are those long drives. And I know when I come off of the field from a long drive, I might need a chew and some Gatorade with a sip of water. And on a shorter play series, I might not want anything. So I can't even imagine that, like, if you're going and you're like, man, I could really use a shot of Gatorade, or I could really use a shot of, a little Monster. So
Tough.
like who knows? But you're stuck with your bottle of water, man.
Okay, so talk to me about this time of year for you. Obviously, season kind of kicks off in the fall, but what is it like for you right now during May, June, July?
Fun.
Man, I'm so jealous.
Racing,
Yeah,
cars, engines. Vroom, vroom, vroom. No, definitely a lot of training. People that don't understand, football does not stop, right? Like, once the season is over, so maybe it's a lie. We stop for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. It's so small, and then we get back into it, and then we push our bodies to the max because we don't have to perform on Sunday. So we can really max out lift and max out squat and max out train and really beat our legs up and our arms up because we don't have to perform. So the training actually gets a lot more intense in the off season, where you're kind of putting your body through that same motion. And also, I mean, like, what I'm doing now, like, I'm a big drifter. So I have a drift car. I drift every single day.
Wait, you got a drift car?
Yeah, I'm a driver, bro. I am a real driver.
Hey-o, love hearing that, man. When did you get a drift car?
Look at us, just 3 drivers.
Just 3 drivers.
Get out of here, man. Just get off the stick.
Whatever, I beat you in Mario Kart.
But the crazy thing is I just really started really drifting 2 weeks ago.
No way.
I got my first car. My guy, Eric, Tony, they drove down to Jersey from Buffalo. They picked the car for me, bought the car. They brought it back, and I was in the car literally that next morning when that car was dropped off, and I've been driving ever since. And I'm telling you, I just started off my Snow Motorsports, and I am on a mission. I am obsessed with it. The smell of the tires I can still smell. The amount of tires I can still see. The amount of fun I can still feel.
That's amazing.
And I'm telling you, I'm in that car every single day.
What's the car? What'd you get?
I have a BMW. I have an M3. It has an LS engine in it, and obviously the roll cage and all the whole nine.
Did you like follow drifting, and that's kind of what made you want to go that route, or did you say like, hey, that looks like the most fun thing you can do in a car? Like, that's cool and all, but like drifting just looks way more. It is objectively, it's way more fun.
Well, I can start and by this, right? We all love the sound of the vroom.
Yeah.
That's number one, right?
Absolutely.
So when you're here, I'm like, man, I wish I can take a lap with like the ride along, but I can't. I'm too big. I can't fit in the car. So I'm like,
Turns out you can just lie about that.
I'm like, what?
I did.
like I'm like, what could I do to get into something that I can get behind the wheel? So Eric and the guys at Big Indian, they have a whole pit, they have a whole crew, they have a whole course, they have a whole track. And I went down there from the blessing of Tony, and I seen it. I was like, holy crap, like these are kind of regular cars with roll cages in them. So I was like, let's try it. And I sat in the car. He let me drive his G, and then he took me around, and I was like, I could do this. And then I was so addicted, then he let me drive. I was spinning, and I'm actually really freaking good. Like, I'm really freaking good, man. And I was like, cool, I need a car. And literally the next day, he found a car. He said, Dion, there's a car in Jersey. He drove down. I said, I want the car. I'll give you the money when you get back. He went and picked the car up. He got back, handed him the money for the car, and I was in my car, and the car is mine.
Well, look, man, I've never driven a drift car.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to. So how about this? Next time I'm in Buffalo, I'm going to hit you up, and you can show me how to drift a car.
Bro.
Deal.
I'm just jealous.
All right, appreciate
I got
that.
you, bro.
All right,
Deal.
hey, ladies and gentlemen, do you have anything else?
I'm just jealous of like having a friend that could buy the car. Like, I'll hit you back. Like, if you would have texted me that, the response would have been like, okay, but like my debit card has a limit.
Dude, you literally take my credit card to buy me lunch. Like, you can't even cover lunch, and I'll pay you back.
But that's crazy, though. And as you speak about lunch, right? So he went and picked the car up. I have like this little trick, right? So he picked the car up. I found out where they were going to stop and have dinner. He had no idea. I sent my card information over. I paid for their dinner.
Nice.
Gave him a big hug, so they drove back on a full stomach.
There
Do
you
you
go.
need a podcast producer?
What's up?
All right, hold on real quick before I let you go. Who's your pick on Sunday?
What'd you say? Rossi? Man,
He's not sold.
I'm going with Andretti.
All right.
Andretti team
Kirkwood,
Andretti, man.
Erickson, Herta, or Marco.
No, come on, it's got to be Marco.
Yeah, and Andretti win. That'd be
Team
awesome.
Andretti,
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, Dion Dawkins, thank you so much for coming
Appreciate
out,
it,
buddy.
bro.
Really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you, brother.